#28 years later wishlist. 10 things we want to see in the new trilogy. After over 2 decades of silence, the world of 28 Days Later is finally set to expand again with a brand new trilogy. With 28 Years Later on the horizon, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are poised to redefine post-apocalyptic horror once more, and fans couldn't be more excited. But after the terrifying realism and emotional brutality of the first 2 films, expectations are sky high. What can make 28 Years Later not only a worthy sequel, but the beginning of a chilling, unforgettable new trilogy? Here are 10 things we hope to see when the Rage virus returns. 1. A global perspective on the Rage virus. The first 2 films were focused tightly on the UK, creating a terrifying sense of claustrophobia. But what happened elsewhere? Did the virus spread beyond Britain's borders? Was it truly contained? A wider global view, perhaps with outbreaks in major world cities, would offer fresh horror, raise the stakes, and give us a deeper understanding of the virus's true reach. 2. The return of Cillian Murphy's Jim, or at least his legacy. Jim's fate at the end of 28 Days Later was ambiguous, and he was completely absent from 28 Weeks Later. Cillian Murphy returning, either in a cameo, a major role, or even through flashbacks or legacy references, would tie the trilogy together and satisfy longtime fans. If he's dead, what became of him? If alive, how did he survive all these years? Even just seeing his name etched into survivors' stories would be impactful. 3. A strong central protagonist with emotional depth. One of the greatest strengths of 28 Days Later was its focus on character. Jim, Selena, and Hannah weren't just surviving, they were growing, breaking, and healing. But 28 years later, we want a new central character who isn't just another hardened survivor or generic action lead. Give us someone deeply human, whose emotional journey mirrors the devastation and hope of the world around them. 4. Practical effects over CGI. The raw, gritty horror of the original film was enhanced by its practical effects and handheld camera work. The infected weren't glossy movie monsters, they were terrifyingly real. To preserve that grounded dread, the new trilogy should resist CGI overload and stick to the franchise's brutally visceral aesthetic. 5. A look at how civilization rebuilt or didn't. In 28 Weeks Later, we saw the first steps toward rebuilding society and how quickly that could fall apart. 2 decades later, how has the world adapted? Are there militarized safe zones, survivalist enclaves, or cults worshipping the infected? A fractured society, with different ideologies on how to move forward, could offer fascinating and terrifying new storytelling opportunities. 6. The evolution or mutation of the Rage virus. It's been 28 years. Viruses evolve. Has the Rage virus changed? Are there new symptoms, longer incubation times, or even smarter infected? A mutation could introduce unpredictable horrors, making even experienced survivors feel uncertain again. And if carriers exist, people who don't turn but still spread the virus, it opens up moral and ethical nightmares. 7. A return to psychological horror. The franchise has never been about jump scares or gore for gore's sake. It's about the fear of losing humanity, literally and metaphorically. The new films should double down on that psychological terror. What happens when people start to enjoy the lawless chaos? When rage becomes a way of life, not just a virus? 8. Haunting, minimalist music.